Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. Today, we are going to be looking at the Transformers Age of the Primes Waspinator. Now, this figure, Fugitive Wasp, and this figure is a continuation from a subline from the original Hasbro main line called Animated Universe. And this is a remold from a figure also from that line called Animated Bumblebee. And this is just a straight up remold of that. Like, there's no retooling, it's just a slightly different color scheme and a new head sculpt. That's all they changed. Literally, I'm not even kidding. But still, it's a really good mold, and I really like this figure. I've had this figure for like a week so far, and this is one of two figures that I currently own from the new main line. The other being Solus Prime, which you can get a review at the time of this recording. But yeah, so taking a look at the details though, because this is a really good mold, and I really do love the detailing. The head sculpt is on point to animated. Like, it looks so good. It is literally just straight up animated. There are some paint things on mine, like with the black going a bit into the green, and then the purple being slightly elevated on the eye. But I don't know. It's fine. I like it. But other than those, this is literally straight up right on to animated like I remember. Coming down to the chest section, it looks so good, and I love that they actually decided to put a Decepticon symbol on. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah. The shoulder designs are a bit, a tiny bit weird due to the articulation, but they still look cool. I'll get into that later. The forearm detailing is really cool. Let's set that off to the side. And unlike others before him, even though that others before him, when if it when the transformation has the fists have to slide in, you either get a really loose ball joint or you just don't get a wrist joint. This guy has pinned on, the hand folds in, yet you still get a 360 wrist swivel. What? I'll get into that later, but still. Yeah. Coming down to the torso, still really nice detailing. The thighs are indeed filled in, and so is all of this figure. It is completely filled in. There are no hollow gaps anywhere. I have had this figure for so long, and I couldn't find any. The detailing is on point to animated, and this really isn't just an animated figure. No, this is like straight up into animated, which I really do like instead of these like G1ified models. But anyway, the legs are on point, and I like it how sort of like in the show they do have these sculpted feet, and then there is detailing that replicates the car front, but in the show it wasn't accurate to how the front of the car would look. So they solved that problem by the actual front of the car being at the back, and that is clever. I'll get into that more later. Yet again, these have been detailed front to back. This guy is super accurate to animated, and he's just fun to mess with. But getting it into articulation, hold on, let me set that aside. He is actually super posable. And like I said, unlike the others before him, when you have it pinned on and and the wrist flips in, you don't get a wrist swivel. Well, this guy does. And it's a shame that most great figures who do this don't actually get that wrist swivel, and it's a shame. Why didn't Hasbro do this before? But then again, I'm not complaining because this is a great figure. First up with the head, it's on a ball joint. it can look up at 100, like all the way up, but it is on a hinge due to transformation. So if you just make him look up and then hinge it backwards, he can look up even farther. This can sort of tilt a bit side to side, and yeah, and then it can do a full 360 at the head, but you do need to move it out of the way because of the chin. So yeah, this is the weird part with the shoulders, because they do have this shoulder joint with it moving forward and like 1%, well, 5% backwards. I don't know why. But then you also get this other joint below it that can move. Not an elbow joint, another shoulder joint, which is weird because when you lift this up, you can actually bring this down if you bend the elbow enough, and it'll sort of act funny, and you can sort of like move this around to your liking, which is fine. Add extra articulation, it's fine. But yeah, it's sort of hard to get both of them oriented at the same way. But anyway, you get a 360 bicep swivel, a 90-degree elbow bend, and as I said, a wrist swivel. Why, Hasbro? Why didn't you do this with past figures? Why? Anyway, you get a 360 waist rotation. Even with this backpack, they even made a gap to do this. Oh, and I forgot to mention, the back, while it isn't super accurate, it is still pretty accurate enough. Well, I'll say, yeah, this is a win. But yeah, 360 waist swivel, and due to transformation, if you bring the waist forward and untab the back, there'll be an inbuilt ab crunch. And for one of the smallest deluxes I've had, this is crazy. What? So yeah, you get the you get about 90 degrees kicking forward, and a bit farther going backward, so he can do the full splits. Legs can hinge out to the side, 360 thigh rotation. Over 90-degree bend at the knee. You do have an ankle tilt. And yeah, you do have a heel spot bend, but yeah, that's it. And yeah, that's super posable. I did not expect all that posing into one figure, but time for all of his accessories. He does not just come with two. Yeah. Give me 1 second. So here are the accessories. First up are directly from Bumblebee, just different color, but these we do see him use in the show. I'm just joking. We do not see him use these once in the show. So I don't know why they included them. It's fine, but like, why did they include these? These can get over here. These can be pegged in it to the backpack in many ways if you move the arms out of the way. There's a part here which once you attach these on, they can create a nice little jetpack. Hold on, let me put these on here. Or, like Bumblebee had them start in robot mode, you can store these on the back of his backpack. Like that. And these can be handheld. But here's the thing, you might be thinking, why in the world would you want him to be holding the boosters? What? And especially at this angle. Yeah. You might be wondering that, but it's actually because of these next two stingers, which we do actually see him utilize before Bumblebee. Well, before Bumblebee, because we see him use Bumblebee use them first, but in the Transformers lore of animated, Waspinator was the one who used them first. But in the show, we see Bumblebee use them first. It's weird, but yeah. These can be combined with the boosters, because there's a little peg here and a little peg here that you just tab in, and now you have some blasters for Waspinator, which I don't even know if we see him use these in the show. They look cool. I don't know if he uses them in the show. Let me know in the comments below. But yeah. So yeah. But the real reason that he includes the stingers is that they are applicable onto here, and I know most reviews don't tell you how to, or at least the ones I've watched, but I will tell you how. So you're gonna want to split the stinger like this, and I know in the animated show we usually see them combined on his arms, but let me get it there. First, you're gonna take the figure and open up this panel and flip the wrist in as if you are transforming him, and then collapse that back down, and then rotate the bicep inward as when the door faces the front. And now you raise up the arms, do the same on the opposite side. And now here's where the stingers come in. You're just gonna tab them on, or peg them on, like that. And then you're gonna bend the elbows in and combine them. And now here we go, while Spinator is wielding the stingers. Give me 1 second. So now is transformation and detransformation. First step is you're gonna wanna take the chest unit and completely detach it by untabbing it. Now you're gonna hinge this down and then fold it up once it's straight. And now you got the windshield created. Now my favorite part of the transformation, the legs, which is pretty intuitive. First, you're gonna wanna fold the hills further in, just like so. Now if you spin to the inside, you're gonna wanna untab this panel and fold in the kneecap. Then you're gonna wanna rotate this down and fold this up and then tab that in. And now you have the one half of the collar created. Do the same on the opposite side. Fold in the heels bar. Open up this panel. Fold the knee pad in. If you have the ankle tilt in use, it's gonna get in the way of the plastic, is one weird thing. So you're gonna wanna leave the foot still and then rotate it down and then click it into place. You're gonna wanna make sure it's properly rotated. Before you click that in, do everything else. So pull the foot up and then tap that in. Now you just combine them down the middle and rotate the waist 180 degrees. Now you're gonna use the inbuilt ab crunch and fold this thing all the way over until these two clear tabs, yes, clear tabs, tab into these slots. I'm not keen of that, but because I see stress marks, but it's been fine for a week, I guess. And now you tab that in. Make sure the feet are still tabbed in. It's a weird thing. And now you're gonna want to bring the arms down and hinge them in to this gap. And now you're gonna want to open this up, fold the wrist in, and rotate the bicep. Now you're gonna want to bring this in and then tab it in there into place. Same with the other side. it's sometimes hard to tab in because the joints don't want to cooperate. Yeah. Tab in. Ah! Ah! Tab in! Okay, now that those are tabbed in, we can unfold this. Bring those out. So we can fold this and bring it out and just organize it so it like we tap everything into place. Back here, you just tap the trunk into place. And now we have him in buggy mode. Weapon storage. You're just gonna wanna make the blasters like this and like this, and then tab them onto the side, onto any of these parts, like these ones, sort of. But then he can't fall. Here's a better idea. Here or here. So that's weapon storage. He looks cool with the weapons on. But now detransformation, and then let's wrap this review up because it's already been 16 minutes. Well, 17. But yeah. Untap the arms and bring them down. Same on the other side. Flip the wrists out. Tap that in. Rotate the bicep. Same with the other side. Then hinge these out. Also, by the way, all these joints are really tight. There's no loose joints. Now you're gonna wanna untap this, fold it over, fold it up, like that. Bring this up, make sure the arms are out of the way, and then tab in the ab crunch. Now you're gonna wanna rotate the waist and split the legs. Open the panel, flip out the knee pad, flip out the foot, and then flip out the heel spur. Rotate this around, and then tab it into place. Same on the other side. Why isn't it working? Will that happen? Yeah, it finally worked. I'm so bad at YouTube. And now you're gonna wanna bring this panel down and make sure this clear slot tabs into this solid tab. Tabs in, and now you're gonna wanna hinge the arms up, bring them down. And now he's transformed. So this is a really great figure, really great mold, and I love this figure. It is so good. Go buy him right now on Amazon, Target, anywhere. And hey, see you next time. Also, buy this or else I will hunt you down wherever you are and make you chance to farm this guy without my review. All this Solus Prime. It's a pain, and I'll make you do it without breaking it. But anyway, bye!